Hey, good morning. I am Zeph Baker, and I want to be your mayor. And welcome this morning to Coffee with Zeph Baker. Here at Dunkin' Donuts on Macon Road, and it's a good time. I'm able to sit down and talk with just some average citizens, and I do have. I'm hoping to be able to gain their support. But we want to continue this effort daily, every morning, throughout the week. So we're hoping we'll get a chance to get around to your questions as well. But I'm open for questions. Does anybody have any questions as it relates to our campaign in our city?
I understand that you'll be the first African American mayor of Columbus, Georgia. What does that mean for you? And how do you feel about that?
First of all, I'd like to thank you for already declaring me the winner, so that's a good thing. But really, what I mean in reference to the fact that, it's not about being the first black mayor for me. It's really about being the best mayor for the entire two. But yet we also have a lot of potential to realize. And I believe that together, all of us, all citizens from all parts of our city, as we come together and get engaged in the politics of our city to take care of the issues that each one of us are facing, I will represent everyone, not just the city.
Okay. Yes. Good morning. I would like to know how a midnight basketball can help crime rate up the city.
Well, a lot of people joke and think that midnight basketball was something real small. Midnight basketball really did a lot to deter a lot of the young adults from criminal activity. Just to give you a little history lesson about how midnight basketball came to be, we were really at this point, not necessarily with the 43 murders that we experienced last year and the over 150 murders that we've experienced and had over the last 7 years, nor did we have nearly 400 rapes that we have currently now. But we were on the road to the path that we're on now. However, our city leaders, and at that time you had Mayor Weddington. Matter of fact, Wayne Hills was over at the YMCA. I believe we had Byron Hickey, who was part of the gang task force. They saw the rise in criminal activity, especially the gang activity. We had a lot of gangs that were popping up around town. For those of you all who have been in Columbus for some time, you remember MP, Major Problems, KAA, they were the ones right around in the Carver area. You also had Major Problems, KAA. You had Southside Raiders, who was coming from over there around Baker High School, the Oakland Park Boys. All of those gangs were rivalries, and they were competing against each other. We had a lot of fights. We didn't have the gun play like we have now, but a lot of fights. There were some shootings, stabbings, things like that. But nevertheless, those who were involved in law enforcement, they brought about midnight basketball. And what midnight basketball did was it brought those gangs into a gym, and you put them all on one team. You couldn't have all MP members or boys on one basketball team. You couldn't have all KAA members on one basketball team. You had a few from each one of these rivalry gangs, and they played basketball together. So as you got them to come together on the court, what happened was it spilled over onto the streets. There was also a workshop, so you had to go to the workshop, and we called it no workshop, no jump shot, meaning that if you did not come to the workshop during the Saturday afternoons, you could not play in the games that Saturday night. The games were not necessarily at midnight, but they started probably somewhere around 7, 8 o'clock, and they lasted all the way through until midnight. And those are the times that you have a lot of criminal activity on the streets. By the time that everybody got finished playing basketball and the camaraderie started to be built over several years. Now, it wasn't just over one basketball game. over the years, then you started to see the number of criminal activity that was happening in these streets started to really decrease, along with the other efforts of law enforcement, the gang task force. So, it really did help. That program only cost us, and I know a lot of people who are questioning midnight basketball and how we're going to pay for it, but that program only cost the city about $11,000 at that time. It was roughly about $5,000 or $6,000 for security and about $5,000 or $6,000 for the referees, because the players themselves were so excited about it. They paid for their own jerseys. So in order to play, you had to pay into it along with going to the workshops before you even got on the court. And the workshops were facilitated by a lot of former gang members. We would bring in a lot of the gang members from across the nation who had come back to start to speak to young people and tell them, hey, this is not the route you want to go. So it was extremely effective. And one thing that I want to do to piggyback off of it is not only bring midnight basketball back, because I believe that we need to understand that throughout Columbus, I don't care where you are, what zip code you live in, we are on the same team. We're on the same team, whether you're in South Columbus, whether you're in East Columbus, whether you're in North Columbus. We all on the same team. I'm going to share a story of mine. When I was at Carver High School, my 9th grade year, it was all Carver. However, over the summer, they decided to basically close down Baker High School and merge Baker High School with Carver High School. And I'm going to tell you, it was, it seemed as if it was disaster. Not that we didn't want Baker coming over, it's just the fact that if somebody came into your house and said, okay, we're taking over your bedroom and, we're going to live right there with you. If it was forced upon you, then you feel some type of way about it. Yet and still, I also had sympathy for it, because if somebody just told you, hey, you can't stay here anymore, and you were being forced to go live with somebody, which the Baker students were, then they felt some type of way about it. So there was a lot of negative feelings about how things happened. And unfortunately, initially, we turned those negative feelings against each other. So I really believe one of the solutions to that would have actually been able to name Carver Baker High School, to be able to allow the Baker students and that rich heritage from Baker to still be able to keep their name circulating and around several years after they closed the school. Nevertheless, it was almost like integration being forced upon both parties. And we had to learn, especially with basketball, we had to learn how to play in a football team together, how to play in a basketball team together. And we should have won more state titles than we actually did. But because we had to get used to working with those who we had not been on the team with before. Once we understood that, it's about us putting aside our differences and allow us to be able to understand that we can win if we come together. My senior year, we finally got it right. Me, Diesel Thad, who was from Baker, myself, I was originally from Carver. You had Jasper Sinks, you had some of the other ones, Nunn, Jeremy Singletary, but all of us came together, put aside our differences, and we have the most winning record in the state of Georgia. And I'm going to tell you, I take that experience and I understand that whether you're in the game, whether you're in North Columbus, whether you're in South Columbus, we have to put aside our differences and understand that all of us, if we come together, we can win. It is not about my team winning, it is about our team winning. And I want to be your mayor to bring home a win for Columbus, Georgia. So, let me just say this. When it comes to midnight basketball, I want to raise the bar just a little bit. I want a regional task force, a regional homicide task force, so that we can bring the information and the resources together from our neighboring counties, Harris County, Russell County, Phoenix City, Chattahoochee County, so we can have one concerted effort to share our resources to be able to address the homicide rate that we're currently now experiencing.
Good morning. I have a question concerning our youth. my background is social services, and I believe the children are our future. So tell me your role as mayor, how you want to help the youth in our community.
Okay, well, that sounds like a Whitney Houston song. You would want to go ahead and sing it for me?
I believe the
I was just
children
joking.
are
I
our
was
future.
just joking. But yeah, I definitely believe children are our future, and we have to make sure that we're providing the necessary resources so that our future can realize their individual American dream as well. One of the things that I want to do is I want to bring back the neighborhood-specific recreation centers. We have Frank Chester, we have Shirley Winston, we have Northside Recreation Center, we have Solomon Road Recreation Center. But when they built those super centers, what they did was they did away with the neighborhood-specific recreation centers, such as the Lindsay Creek Recreation Center, Cedar Hills Recreation Center, Boxwood Recreation Center, and also the North Columbus had recreation centers too, Double Churches Recreation Centers. What those centers did was, because right now, a kid from East Winton, where is he going to go enjoy a recreation center? He's not going to ride all the way down up Macon Road, down 185, get off on Buena Vista Road on his bike, then take a hike up to Steamer Road in order to enjoy a nice recreation center. I believe we need to bring it back to the neighborhood. Why? Because when I was coming up, I'd get off the bus, I'd go to the recreation center. I had adult supervision there. I did my homework there, not all the time. I played pool there. They had the pool tables, they had foosball tables. We were able to play basketball, football, all those things, ping pong, all those things in the recreation center, along with interacting with my peers. So we learned a lot. And also we had where they ensured that there was skate night. I don't know if many of you remember years ago, they would have skate night. They'd take the different recreation centers, Belvedere Recreation Center, they'd have a van that would pick us up, take us skating, and then they would bring us back to the recreation center. Our parents would pick us up. So even then, the recreation centers played a vital role, not just in providing activities for children after school, but also making sure that no matter what neighborhood you were from, you were engaged in activities as we were coming up. So it kept the divide. It erased the dividing lines that did divide us simply because of our zip codes even back then. So now I would like to bring back those neighborhood-specific recreation centers, but I'd like to bring them up to date into the 21st century. One of the things that we can do is I'd like to market our city in a way that we bring Microsoft, IBM, Amazon, some of the technology companies to be able to bring the technology into our recreation, what were our recreation centers. Now I would term them or name them life centers. Those life centers would be able to have programs such as the robotics program that we see works in the school system. I know the kids at Marshall, they even come on Saturdays in order to be able to be involved in the robotics program. Columbus High is involved in the programs, but it has proven to work. We can put those in the neighborhood rec centers. Now it would be named life centers. And what it would be doing is it would be preparing our kids for the workforce. There could be a lot of training in those life centers. Along with, I think that there ought to be some type of mini conference room, because there are a lot of companies, including Fort Benning, they like to have all-campus meetings. And this would bring the professional group here in Columbus, the business community, the professional community, into our life centers, and there would also be some positive interaction with the professional adults, those in their careers, business communities, with the young people. So now you have kind of like a mentoring, and kids will be able to see something different than what they normally would see inside of what we now have as recreation centers. Those things are very important. And along with midnight basketball, along with other programs, I also know that I'm not, the one who knows everything. So I would like to be able to also get the citizens engaged, because there's a lot of different groups out here that are taking care of the youth, and they have a lot of ideas. So this is only to spur the ideas and to also support some of the things, the groups that are already out here with dance teams, mentoring groups, recreation, athletic groups, to be able to have some resources to be able to use as a springboard, even for the organizations that they have formed that are currently doing the work now and very successful. So what I want to do is provide the vision, provide the leadership, provide the management of our current resources and our budget to ensure that we are resourced to be able to give each one of our citizens and families the necessary tools to be able to be successful.
Zeph, we have one other question. Do you have any information that you can share about upcoming town hall meetings or anything that's happening?
Yes. Well, tomorrow, that's Tuesday, April 17th, we're going to be at Mildred Terry Library, which is on Veterans Parkway, near the Department of Labor downtown. And we will be there with our crime reduction initiative. Many people say, okay, how are you going to increase the number of officers when we're facing so many challenges in our budget? Where are you going to get the money from? What does it look like when you say that you have an action plan to reduce crime in our city? Well, all of those questions and more will be answered on tomorrow, Tuesday, April 17th at 6 p.m. at the Mildred Terry Library. I hope to see you there. Many have asked questions online. I know the concerned citizens of Columbus, Georgia that form on Facebook. There's a lot of questions that you have. How will it be done? What is his plan? Well, I encourage you, please come here. And you'll tomorrow at 6 p.m. at the Mildred Terry Library. And you will also have an opportunity to not only hear, but also share and ask questions in that time.
Thank you. Thank you for calling with us.
I appreciate everyone. I thank you for joining in with us this morning. Coffee with Zeph Baker. I hope to see you Wednesday. We'll be downtown at the McDonald's on Veterans Parkway. We will be there at 7:30. So downtown McDonald's at 7:30 Wednesday. I'll see you then, but I look forward to seeing you tomorrow as we address at Mildred Terry Library at 6 p.m. crime and public safety. Thank you. And I ask for your vote, ask for your support. Zeph Baker for mayor. Early voting is April the 30th. So that's 2 weeks from today. We will start casting our vote for mayor. Get out, bring somebody with you. We have to be at the polls. We have to show up big because this is an exciting time, yet critical for us to make the necessary changes here in our great city of Columbus, Georgia. I thank you and enjoy your day.